let's cut. Here's the back piece. I have got side seam allowance and hem allowance, but there's no neckline or underarm allowance because we are binding. Now I'm going to be cutting the black one with my dart, and then I'll be doing a red one with no dart, because remember I'm making two, so you get to see, does a dart make such a difference that I want to do it, or do I just want to do it with no dart? Does it really make a difference? That's what we're looking at. So that's my hem allowance there, my seam allowance, and I won't have neckline or underarm allowance because we're binding. Almost done with my black version, which has the dart. I need to get in there with some scissors to get that angle of the dart correct, because it's a bit hard with a rotary cutter. So there we go, snip, snip into there. We'll get that dart in. Remember that folds out, becomes nice and smooth. And we should be marking that with chalk at this point, but I'll do it later. The other thing we're going to need is loads and loads of binding. Okay, if you don't know how much, 4 centimeters width, and then just loads and loads, 4 pieces at least, but loads, we can size it up later. Sew up is exactly the same for both, but we'll have a stage 0 where you sew your darts in if you're doing a darted cami. So we've got 1 side seams, 2 front to back neckline, and 3 underarms. Then, of course, we've got to do the straps. And there's a couple of ways you can do that. So I'll put the easy way up in the right corner now. And the second way, which is the self-fabric way, the black one, I will put that in next week. It's coming. And if you need a quick shortcut, it'll be in the description box when live. But we're on the side seams right now, and I am doing it with my overlocker because it's a dream for knits. If you're on a sewing machine, you can always do this with a narrow zigzag for your seaming. So nice and easy. That was just a side seam with a cami that has no darts. But let's get on to the dart thing. Now, I haven't put my dart markings in. I forgot. It's best done when you're cutting. But if you forget to, well, just line everything up again, nice and carefully, and stab a pin into the apex of the bust, and you're going to put a little X marks the spot for your apex of your dart. And hopefully your Chaco chalk pen will be working a little bit better than mine. I did get an X in there eventually. All right, the other 2 markings we have to put in are the 2 points here, which are going to join together and get sewn. And the middle point as well, which I'm just going to draw in. That is your fold line. Okay, and then we've got this marker along here. That bit is going to match up with, wait for it, this bit, this line, and then get sewn together. So we need 3 lines. Now, of course, we have got 2 bust darts, 2 boobs, 2 bust darts. So we've got to put that pin in and directly transfer the same markings onto the other side. Nice and carefully so that everything is the same. Do some fiddle fiddle to get everything lying flat again, and then you need those 3 little lines at the side seam as well. Okay, now, if you haven't thought about it already, that may not have been the side that you're going to be sewing on. We're going to be sewing on the wrong side. So we've got to transfer one of those marking lots over onto the other side of the fabric. And that's what I'm doing here. So that was pretty easy. Just doing my lining of my chalk marks on the wrong side of the fabric so that my sewing is nice and easy. And I can see what I'm doing. All right, I have marked in my busts. Now, bust darts. There's the fold. And we're going to pin this in. We want to go from 0 at the apex of the bust dart, right at 0. And the more 0 you can get, the less pointy the dart will be. Okay, you want it just to blend perfectly and smoothly. And then I'm just going to do a couple more pins along that line. So I've matched my lines up. I've got a fold in that centre bit. And I've pinned it where I'm going to sew. But the problem is, if you haven't seen it already, I want to sew from the bust apex out to the side seam. So I really need to put my pins in running that way. It's just going to be much easier to sew if I get the pins in the right way. So again, that's what I'm doing here. Pin it in with the pins running in the right direction and a nice straight line. All right, we're ready to sew. On the sewing machine, we're going to line up that needle with the foot up. So we're really going to just pinch the 0 point of that material. Remembering, of course, look, I haven't got my pins on the right side of the fabric. Doesn't matter, we'll get there. So we want to pinch that needle right into the 0 point of the bust apex. And that's going to diminish the likelihood of 1950s pointy boobs, okay? So right on the beginning, right on the edge, and make sure your tails are behind you, otherwise you're going to bird's nest. Do a little back stitch, very controlled, and then it is a straight line of stitching along that pinned line, along that chalked line, right to the edge of the side seam. And you will now have achieved a dart. So let's have a look at what that looks like when I unfold it. So side seam's nice, it's all lined up, not too pointy on the apex. It'll soften its jersey, and that's what your dart looks like. Let's sew the side seams. Now when you sew the side seams, you've got a dart there. You've got to work out whether this fold here is going to go up or is it going to go down. And as you can see, when it's folded down, it's not going to get caught in that side seam. So I'm folding him up, and that will catch it in the side seam. Fold it up. Otherwise, it's exactly the same sewing as the red cami that had no dart. So we're just doing the side seams now and making sure that everything's settled under there, pointing the right way, folded the right way. It's going up towards the underarm, and we are sewing from underarm down to the hem in the same way. If you're on sewing machine, a narrow zigzag. You don't have to finish the edges, it's jersey, it won't fray. So that's what it looks like when your side seam is finished with a dart. And opened up, that's what your dart is looking like. Done. Now the rest of the sew up is actually the same, whether you've got a bust dart or not. So we're going to use this binding, and you can see there's a big tail there at the top of the neckline, and we are going to keep that tail there because we're going to need to hold on to it when we get to the underarms. Okay, it gets crossed over. And with our stretch binding, we have some stretch in the underhand, so I'm pulling it up by about maybe 1 inch, and then the rest of the t-shirt, or cami in this case, is just plonked on top, just puddled on top with no stretch. And if you want a very easy, slow, gentle teaching tutorial for this, because I am going to go a bit quicker, then it's in the top right hand corner. Okay, now we're going to bind all the way through. We've got to do the front and we've got to do the back. So I've just done the back here, and once again I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail at the end because that's useful for when we cross over. We're not doing the straps yet, but we do have to be mindful of that. So that's our binding. Just snip that off. And now we've got the turn and turn again for our top stitching. But first let's have a look at the front, because we've got that V in there, okay, right there. And on an overlocker, we just level it out so it lies straight, and that's all we do. So we're not going around corners, we're just making the garment itself lie flat and straight. And that's how it goes, and then we'll be doing the turn and the top stitching. So let's move along to the binding of the top stitch binding. Does that make sense? Yes. Top stitching of the binding. Okay, so we've folded over, and we're doing this little tap because we are trying to make sure that that width of the binding is always consistent and we are sewing right on the edge and not falling off. So your attention does need to be up. Now that is going to be a V, but we'll get to that in a minute. At the moment, this is what it's looking like, okay, roughly pinned on me. And I'm looking at this going, how's this going for a non-bust dart cami? There is a bit of looseness around here, but is it really going to be a problem because I haven't bound the underarms yet? And I reckon that it's going to be fine because stretch binding does help us with a whole bunch of problems. So I think it's going to be okay and that looseness is going to go and be taken out. So let's get to those armholes and do have in mind whether you want a long strap. Okay, I've just got a tiny little bit up there. And that little bit that I've crossed over has gotten cut off by my overlocker. So if you're using a sewing machine, you'd cut first and then sew. I'm doing straps the easy way, guys. Okay, so I'm doing straps the easy way with this one. It's the same binding method. Okay, we are making sure that seams lie in the same direction and settled in one way. But we are just picking up the binding with our underhand, holding in some stretch and no stretch in the garment. We're crossing over the other edge of the armhole right now, so you see that binding gets crossed over. It's a lot easier in this direction, and we're just going to go a little bit further up that binding so we've got something to attach our straps to. Looks like this. Don't worry about if it's a little bit bulgy. It will get covered with that fold and fold again with the top stitching. So let's do some top stitching. And I'm starting with that stem of that strap because we will use that just a little bit. And again, all I'm focusing on is making it the same width, that fold of the binding, the same width, tap, tap, and making sure I don't fall off the edge when I sew it. Okay, so we're on the right side at the moment, and this is all going to be visible to the world. Don't fall off the edge. And this is what it looks like. We're right onto the straps. We are going quickly because I have got another video about this. I will link all the videos in the description box. Okay, so at the moment I am attaching my hardware and my straps. They're both looped around that hardware, and I'm just trying to make sure that the lines of attachment are exactly the same on both sides. It just makes it neater with more symmetry. So that strap's the easy way, but I don't have adjustability. All right, now I said we'd get to the V. The V is this little bit here. You can see if I fold the t-shirt in half, that, well, if I try again, that is that straight line, and there's a little beaky bit there that we're actually just going to do a straight line of stitching to cut it off, and that nips out our V. So I like to do it with hand stitching first. I've done this enough times to know that it is easier to do this as a first pass with hand stitching. Your machine will, it's thick, so it's going to progress one side further than another side, or bird's nest. It looks a bit like this, and I can see with my hand stitching I need a little bit more down into the V so I get to check as well. So that's why I like to do it with hand stitching. Now I'll go into the sewing machine and do my, from the apex of that 0 point of the V all the way up to the chomped out bit. Okay, so just with the sewing machine at this stage, and that is what it looks like. That's how you get a V-neck into your binding. Okay, it's looking pretty straight, pretty nice. Okay, the hemming, last thing. We have two options. With the red one, I've done my twin stretch needle hemming. That's in the top right corner. It looks like this from the good side. It's fully stretchable, very nice hem. But for my black one, again, video in the top right corner for different hemming options that are stretchy, because this was a much finer fabric and I found that the twin needle didn't quite work, but this one did. The outcome. All right, this is my no bust dart cami in red, and of course I couldn't help myself. I did a little set, made myself some shorts. I'll put that video in as well. It's looking pretty good. It also goes with other looks. But let's get to the pain points. Is it sitting well under the arms? Yes, stretch binding worked. Okay, so it's nicely under the arm, curved there. I'm happy with that. Yeah, this is the back view. It's looking pretty good. Cute little elastic. Let's compare. The question is, which one are you going to do? Do you see a difference between a darted version and a no darted version? Now, personally, I don't know. I can see a tiny little bit of extra fullness of wrinkly fabric there that I don't have in the black, but I can't tell if it's the thicker fabric or the colour. So I'm a little unconvinced that there's a difference, and I'm happily convinced that I could do a no dart version. I'm sort of hedging that I might do it for more casual looks and do my darted version for looks that might leave the house. But that's a small inkling that I have. What do you reckon? Is the darted version any different in terms of the fit and how it's looking? Which one would you do? Well, I've got 2 new camis for summer and I'm pretty happy with that. And I think it's really good news for us spoonies too, because if you've got low energy, it's great to know that you can do one step less. Now, if you're after these straps, these seamless looking self fabric straps, that's actually dropping next week. So stay tuned, subscribe, wait for it to come through next week. Happy sewing, and I'll see you then. Enjoy your comfy life.